Hi, I'm Miriam,
And I'm Isabelle. We are the Divining Divas. Welcome.
and in this video, we are going to explore that gnarly worry. So we're going
Yeah.
to read cards each. We'll go over them one at a time. So the first card, which is in the body placement of worry, I chose the world.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
go figure. In the body part, that's just like if you're worried to overcome that, it's like it's one of those cards that it's like it's going to change and you are all you can be, and to make sure that you are just like dancing on your limitations. Most world cards has some sort of figure dancing in a circle, or on in this case is in the world, on the world. And
Mhm.
so it's telling us that we are we're we're limitless, and in those we have limitations. And so it's also talking about boundaries, that sometimes worry shows up when there's boundaries, when it's like, there we've gone too far, and then we have to create a boundary.
Sometimes when we worry, we tend to sort of shrink in and distance ourselves from others. And the card, the world, invites us to connect, especially as we find ourselves in this particular moment in time in history. This is really where we're all literally all in this together. We're all going through the same thing. So and so much healing comes, um, from connecting with other people. My first card in the place of the body is the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles refer to the element of earth, and the Four of Pentacles reminds us that we have this ability, that we know, uh, when faced with any situation, that we can take care of things. We can take care of business, basically. So it's reminding us to trust ourselves, and that we're capable. We're willing. We will get the job done, and so it's sort of like takes us away from the worry, when we're you know again inventing all of these scenarios of what could happen. It's sort of like bringing us to the past a little bit and saying, look at all that you've done. Look at what you've done in this and that situation, which at that time were really, really dire and frightening. And so it reminds us of our successful handling of difficult situations in the past, and how we'll continue to do that.
I think of that card as also really protective,
Mm.
protecting our physical body. Okay, so my second card on worry in the mind placement is the 10 of earth, the 10 of pentacles, and being okay about, like, in our heads, go again, like go to that place, reframe what the worry is, and look at like, what is it that you have? Sometimes that's just like, oh, I have a bed to sleep in, or I have friends, or wow, I have this. And so this is reminding us that in our minds to go to that place.
And that that we have, again, a community. We belong to a community, and people are willing and want to support us. So it's going to that place of asking for help, just saying, hey, I'm worrying about something, can I talk to you about that? Getting some feedback. My second card, a card of the mind, is the Five of Staves, the Five of Wands. And the wands refer to the element of fire. And so the Five of Wands refers to an inner conflict. And so it's sort of like, it's kind of a card that talks about being of two. I am of two minds. I am of two minds. I am um, not sure. I'm in conflict with myself. I don't know what to do. And I find myself embattled. And so this card is asking you, is saying, well, maybe you don't need to fight that battle right now. Do you actually, are you actually in a time of war? Or did you recognize that you're actually in a time of peace? You don't need to battle. You don't need to make it so effortful. And so this is really about sort of catching ourselves, especially in our minds, when we start to um, uh, really tenser all of our bodies, and really, sort of, and put our minds in some kind of a jail place. Like, I must do this, I must cringe, I must grit my teeth and battle this. And instead, it's really like, pick your battles. This is not one you need to have right now. Trust in your community.
So my third card on worry in this
Oh,
place is the 10 of air. So I'm like looking at all these cards and they seem so positive. And here we have this over exaggeration. So even though the 10 of air is in the spiritual pile, it's like, it's about like, it's also an over exaggeration of all of those thoughts.
right. Yes, don't believe everything you think. So my third card is the Six of Staves, or the Six of Wands. So the stave, element of fire. The Six of Staves is a card of victory. And it's, again, it's like a counter position to the Ten of Swords that says, oh my God, everything is, everything is chaos. I'm overwhelmed. I'm freaking out. And then the Six of Staves says, well, did you take the time to just slow down and acknowledge, what you have accomplished? Did you just, sit still for a second? Did you sit on your laurels? Um, um, did you accept? Did you accept that you are victorious? That you have been and are and will continue to be capable and successful in all of your endeavors. So there is, this card is saying, there's not really any need to worry. Perhaps worrying is a habit, and you can change that habit.
We'll see you in the next video.
Take care and be well.